Quick comment. And it is election season. And I've been watching Channel 9, and the people who are running for office are out in the lower tier. And I want to remind people that one of our goals is that we are going to hopefully be holding elected officials accountable for the flawed distribution of money in this state. The fact that we are, as Middleton has so often said, hindered by our zip code. We don't have a ski area, we don't have a lake, we don't have ocean front, and therefore our kids don't get the opportunity that other kids do. So I know that Chris Sununu is running for re-election. He's being opposed by a number of Democrats. I would keep an eye on our local officials, but I do want to, and I know we were going to talk about this at the retreat, and due to my injury, I've been kind of delaying putting that together. But I do want to have some people thinking about, or all of us thinking about how we're going to approach this with elected officials, and if we want to invite them to Claremont to meet the board as part of their stop, so they can hear our concerns. And then we can hear from them what they're going to do about it. We heard from the presentation we had that this transcends party lines. This is not, I don't believe this is a Democrat versus Republican thing. I remember trying to have a conversation with John Lynch about the tax situation, and he shut me right down on it. And I never, you know, I'll admit it, I'm a Democrat, and I never voted for him again. So I do want to make sure that we are asking questions of people who are running for office and what they're going to do for us. And forgetting about the party lines, particularly with our local officials, it's about your first loyalty should be to your city, not to your party, in my mind. So I think that that's something I want people to be aware of. It seems to be ramping up a little bit with primaries and such. Carolyn?
I have a couple of things for the good of the order before we close.
Sure.
I think there's some people looking at me like I'm a little frustrated tonight. I am, because we all need to be considerate to each other speaking. And I'm frustrated with that a little bit, and I'll just put that out there so everybody can think about it. The other thing is, I'm looking forward to getting this going, our committee for school funding. I think we've got a great opportunity at hand, and I'm going to make an outline based on the meeting we had with Tom Kinnair. And I think we should probably try to get going on that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We don't have a date, correct? I kept looking,
No.
trying to see if we
No.
had one.
No.
Okay,
I'm waiting until I get a little more functional.
okay.
So, Steve?
I'm going to make an assumption that based off the fact that it was in action items, it was just a matter of presenting the list to us, because we're not taking any resignations tonight. I just want to clarify, it was just the list.
That's a good catch, Steve. It was an FYI.
Okay, I just, because it was in action items, I was afraid that we were missing something that we were supposed to handle. So with that said, I would like to move to adjourn this meeting.
So first, when we get the list of all of the paras, because I want to go back to that because they have a hand up and, so we're going to add the paras into that list that have left, all of them. Are we able to find out their reasoning, or is it just that's off limits?
Every employee who resigns or retires, we send an exit interview to. It's done electronically. They can put their name on it if they choose or not. We cannot force someone to do it. Can you get access to that? It's a personnel matter. I don't want to come across like we're not trying to disclose something. Certainly you can get access to it. It'd be inappropriate, though, in my view, my opinion, if the reason for leaving was about another person, and that listed in that, because now we're getting into personnel matters.
I was just
And-
looking for the
and-
terminated.
And, you know, when a principal holds a staff member progressively and appropriately accountable, and it gets to a point where it is in the best interest of the district that the staff member no longer be employed, there can be some sour grapes with that.
So I guess I was just looking, maybe my question was too far up. I guess I was just looking for like, if they were terminated or if they actually just, they left on their own will. I'd be interested in know the difference between that.
Now,
And-
Unlisted.
If I may, Frank.
On that
I
list,
believe-
yeah.
I believe that we're crossing the line with personnel if you're going to see a list of staff who were terminated, because you are now getting into their personnel records.
Okay, so, and then,
My interpretation.
could you find out for sure if that is correct or not, so that we can have that answer? Because I just, you know, you could put terminated a T next to their name if that's what happened.
Still, I think it's crossing the line.
I think
Well,
it's
I'd like to
crossing the
know,
line.
because it's kind of hard to not know which ones left, whether it was for personal reasons or not, or which ones we had to actually terminate due to bad behavior or poor performance.
But that is a I don't mean, I don't mean to debate you, but budget and policy are the board's responsibility. Personnel matters are not. And if you get into personnel matters, then you violate the rights of an employee who has the right to an appeal to the board. So you really need to take a step back from personnel matters. However, that's my recommendation.
So, and the last thing I'd like to say is, Carol, I apologize that you're a little frustrated this evening, because, and Jason, I'm sorry that I cut you off, but I was trying to stop something that was going like in the reverse order of what it should have been going in, and that's all. So I apologize that I stepped into your conversation. And sometimes we will have that happen when we have, I mean, we are all human, and I'm just sorry that people are getting upset, but sometimes everybody gets passionate about a certain part of something, and they don't, and my brain does this. It doesn't think sometimes to shut up, or it doesn't think sometimes to not be quiet. And I can't help that I just pop out sometimes. So I apologize to all that I might offend. However, please understand that unfortunately, I have that characteristic that came with my special education, so I duly apologize.
So we have a motion to adjourn on the floor.
Second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.